Hey, I'm Alexandra, and this is a sequence called Yoga for When You're Angry. Let's face it, part of being a parent, part of being a mother is that sometimes you feel kind of angry for a lot of different reasons. So this is a lovely little sequence to do when you are just not vibing. We're going to jump right into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, take a few moments to wiggle, squirm, make your body feel happy here. Start to find your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, maybe a big breath out through your mouth. Take as long as you need here, and then start to pause, and we'll play with some downward facing dog knee tucks. If you'd like, you can step your feet in a little closer to your hands here. As you inhale, lower your knees toward the mat, and as you exhale, pop back into downward facing dog. You could do this quickly. And as you come back into your downward facing dog, squeeze the muscles of your quads down onto the bones. Maybe even find a little tiny pause there before you drop back in. Inhaling and exhaling. And if you find that your breath doesn't quite match the movements, that's okay. Take as long as you'd like here, feeling warm, feeling this rush of movement as a way to disperse your own frustrated energy. And when this feels complete, pause, take another round of breath. We'll come up to standing now, and at standing, we're going to take our feet quite wide, turn our toes out a little bit, and find goddess pose. Again, here you might wiggle and squirm or just feel your body in this shape for a few moments. And then we'll start to add some goddess twists. It's okay if your shoulders are lifted here and your chest might be slightly forward. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn your heart one direction. Take a round of breath. Inhale through the center, and as you exhale, turn your heart the other direction. Round of breath. You can continue to move side to side, pausing to take a round of breath, or moving in and out a little faster. And when this rotation back and forth feels complete to you, now or several breaths from now, pause. Let your legs straighten. Take your feet maybe a little bit wider apart. Your hands can come to your heart. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend one of your knees and shift your weight in that direction, letting your heart come forward. Inhale to come through the midline, and as you exhale, bend your other knee. You'll notice I'm turning my toes out a little too. You can float side to side, straightening and lifting in the middle, or you could float side to side, staying low with your heart. Your hands could stay at your heart, or you could reach your arms out like wings as you come toward each knee. In some bodies, it might even feel good to drop quite low and to spin to the heel of the opposite foot, hands on the ground or hands lifted. If that works in your body, feel free to add that in. Take any version of this you'd like, moving side to side for another few breaths. When your exploration of that is done, pause in the middle, heel toe your feet a little bit more forward, and come into a forward fold. You could walk your hands forward as if you were in downward facing dog. You could let your hands drape underneath your body, or you could walk your hands back behind your body. Imagine in this shape, all the anger and frustration is just draining out. Inhale and exhale. Feel free to stay in this shape for as long as you'd like. And when you feel done, heel toe your feet a little bit closer together until you can lower to the mat. We're coming into puppy pose next. For puppy, walk your hands forward and wider than your mat. Bring your chin or your forehead down to the floor, down to the mat. Release here. Your forearms can stay lifted. That's going to be a little bit more of an active version, or if you'd like, you can drop your forearms down. You could even tuck your elbows a little closer in and bend your elbows and bring them behind your head. Again, stay here for as long as you'd like, and we'll finish our practice with this really sweet version of Shavasana. So here's where you'll need your blanket. Take your blanket and make it so that it's a long line of fabric. Wrap this around behind your back, just underneath your armpits, and then wrap it forward across your chest. From here, come to lie on your back, and your legs can be stretched long or your knees can be bent. Allow this gentle lift of the blanket to stretch your rib cage up a bit. And notice that the blanket is an opportunity to feel secure and cozy and protected. Your heart is protected. Let your body rest here. Let your body breathe.